I've tried countless times to put into words the adventures we go on and the situations we get into, and I just can't seem to do it. So we're going to show you. We're an international auction company specializing in all things vintage power, antique tractors, vintage cars and trucks, motorcycles, signs, and memorabilia. We're not just auctioneers, we're collectors with a passion for every item we sell. But it's not just about the items, it's also about the people. We get to experience, share, and tell the history of our past. Every day is different in the auction industry. You just never know what's coming next.
This time, we're moving tractors in the blistering California sun, decapitating a tractor in Kansas, and checking out a collection in Kentucky.
Man, you got them in here now, looky here.
The Aumann team is in Ripon, California, where the Baker family is selling their father Irving's collection. Irv was a pioneer collector who quickly saw the significance of these early machines and the importance of preserving them for future generations. Along with his family, he gathered old iron from across the country, focusing on artifacts from Holt that were built close to his home in California. Irvin passed away at the age of 80 in November of 2019. His sons, Scott and Brian, are working hard to organize their father's items and get them ready for an online auction. This week, Alex is here with Brian, Rick, Dutch, and Mac to help dig, sort, and organize for the auction. There is a lot still to be done, including the finding and sorting of all the Holt, Harris, and other tractor parts. Some of these parts have been sitting for decades, and it's hard even for the family to know what's here. The Baker property is only about an acre and is surrounded by a chain-linked fence. Space is limited, and the fence makes it difficult to move anything around. Many don't even have wheels, or their tracks are frozen, but Scott has a plan to move these unmovable tractors.
First pick is going to be that green one. We're going to set him alongside the other one. Okay, there's layout marks there.
Okay, put it next to the gray one then?
Yep.
Okay.
It'll be off about 4 foot. Okay. We're going to take this one right here. You can almost see that line right there.
Yeah.
We're going to set him there, okay? Then we're going to pick these frames and set them right up against the line, okay? So the green one can go right here. The other one can go right there. Okay. And then once we get them picked, we're going to go over here. We're going to fly some of the, you want to take a walk over there too a minute?
Okay.
Two of them are going to go on that, I'll reposition that truck as needed, that semi. And those will go there, and then we're going to pick this one right here up, and we'll set him on the low boy.
Okay.
And then
They have only allocated 2 hours to use the crane. Any longer and they'll have to pay another 2 hours. The clock starts the second the crane leaves the yard. The further away your location is, the less time you'll have on site. This crane has a 90-ton capacity and has a maximum height of 142 feet. They use a heavy-duty strap with turnbuckles to keep it from tearing. This is a Caterpillar 30, built from 1921 to 1932. The Best 30 became the Caterpillar 30 when Best and Holt merged in 1925. The 30 weighs 9,910 pounds, or about 4.5 tons.
Like it?
There are 5 Caterpillar 30s in the Baker collection. This is a Holt 5-ton, built from 1924 to 1926. Only 212 of these were built in California in the early 1920s. Under 15 of these are still known to exist.
Like it? Love it.
This is one of 4 Holt 75 projects to sell on the auction. The Holt 75 was built from 1913 to 1924. A complete Holt 75 weighs 24,000 pounds, or 11 tons. Most of the Holt 75s produced during World War I went to the U.S. military. The Holt Manufacturing Company was the first company to successfully manufacture a continuous track tractor. Depending on the condition, a running Holt can bring anywhere from $150,000 to $300,000 US dollars.
So we moved 2 of the Project 75s from where we had them staged from back when my dad got sick and we were kind of cleaning up the yard some. We kind of staged everything tight. Well, now with the auction coming up, we wanted to spread it out so we could start putting these kits together so that the prospective buyers can see the entire selection of parts that's available for each tractor.
While the team is in California, Kurt is in Kentucky on his way to look at another collection.
So, how did you meet these people?
James came over to an auction we had
Yeah.
over in Casey County. We sold a bunch of equipment,
Yeah.
and so he came up and talked to me and asked me, about. He basically told me he had all these tractors and stuff for sale, and I was like,
Right.
I know this guy that he sells some tractors. So
Well, I appreciate that.
that's how I called you.
Everybody's got to be known for something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know when we talked to him on the phone, he talked like maybe he had 100 tractors or something. And you've been here and got a sneak peek, right?
Yeah, I got to come last June and take some pictures, and it's pretty cool. There's a little bit of everything: John Deere, Massey Ferguson, Case, International.
Now, did he have a show here?
Yeah, his dad,
Yeah.
Lewis Garrison, had a show for, 10, 12 years. A lot of people would come. I think they had like 1,000 people would show up to their show.
Wow.
So it was a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, that's super cool. Well, gosh, yeah, it looks like here it is.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah.
All right, well, let's pull in here and see what he's got.
Sounds like a plan.
It's always like an adventure,
Yeah, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Good deal.
Hey, James.
Hey,
Good to see you again.
good to see you.
This is Kurt. I think you talked
Nice
to him on
to
the
meet you,
phone.
James.
He's
Yeah, nice
Mark
to meet you.
members
Yeah,
with,
yeah. So Matt tells me you got quite a tractor collection.
There's a few around here.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I'd rather look at tractors than eat.
Yeah,
you like to eat too, don't
Yeah, I
you?
like to eat too. That's right.
yeah.
Well, let's take a look at them.
all right, I'll go in and raise the door.
All right, we'll meet you around.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all right, isn't it?
man. Man, you got them in here now. Looky here.
We have a whole other building full of John Deere's too.
Oh, man. Man, this is incredible. So did your dad restore all these, or?
He had a fellow by the name of Dwayne Corbin that worked on most of these tractors, and Dad had been buying tractors probably around 30 years of restoring and stuff. And
Did he buy a lot of them local, or?
he about anywhere and everywhere you can think of.
Well, that's like a true tractor man.
Yeah. He
I don't think he was partial to any one color. It doesn't look like.
no, he liked them all, but he had some favorites.
What were his favorites?
High crops. Was,
High crops, yeah.
He liked the high crops, and the 330 John Deeres. They were kind of special to him.
You got
Yeah.
more than one?
I thought about 4.
About 4.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
every seller's got something that's important to them. You know, what's important to you on this?
I want to see my father honored
Yeah.
with this sale.
It's fortunate. Matt and I's been buddies for several years, and we're both in MarkNet Alliance, and you know, he's here local, and we can bring in some tractor expertise, and you know, be a pretty good team. One of the first processes that we do once we start this is you know, we've got to get everything out and take great photographs and do good catalog descriptions, and then we move everything back in, and you know, that's the way to do it right.
That's what myself and our family, and it's important to us that it get done right.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll go look at some more tractors with you, and we'll keep talking.
All right.
All right.
Sounds great.
It's day 2 for the Aumann team working in Kansas on the Litke collection. They still have a lot of work to be done before they can call it a day. One of the prized pieces in the Litke collection is their Emerson Branningham Model 20. It's been tucked away in the old chicken house for decades, and today it has to come out. They've run into a small problem. The tractor won't fit through the door.
But I can get it out. Yeah. Or take it off.
That's not gonna fit.
You know, we've had this out before.
Bring it closer before you take it off.
Well, yeah, but
have-
there's a roll pin in there. If I can drive that out, I might be able to.
I think that takes steering wheel off. I do believe.
Okay.
It's a little hard to steer without it.
You can put a pipe wrench on that shaft.
Yeah. Or a long rope in.
So if we can come up with a
Actually,
1/4-inch punch and a.
Yeah, we sell.
yeah, either that or
We got whole
screwdriver.
Yeah, we got roll pin punches.
Hey Brian, so what'd you have to do?
We think we're going to make it now that we can take the steering wheel off. So I drive the roll pin out. Put the roll pin bunch back in for right now to get it close to the door, and hope we made enough room. I'm at side to side.
No way. No way.
We got to come up yet.
You gotta come up 6 inches. Yeah, but you're fine.
Good up here. We got 6 inches. Get a rail track.
Makes a John Deere, doesn't it? John Deere, guys. Pull up.
Otherwise, we got to come up down there.
Every bit of 6 inches.
It's gonna be nip and tuck.
Yeah. It'll be convenient if that doesn't hit a lug.
Yeah. Be a little bit lower.
That'll be 2 inches.
How much room do you have there?
About as much hair as I got on my head. It's gonna be really close if it goes.
Don't forget to duck.
No, there's no cutout here.
I can't imagine they took that off.
It came out real easy. You know.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean the throttle.
Oh,
The rest
yeah.
of it's gonna be fine.
There's no paint that's marred, so I don't see no tattletales. 3/8.
I don't like that.
That was close.
Next time we might be on the nut of the lug instead of the bar. That's, yeah. Is the plow high enough? I think so. Take it slow though, just in case it dips.
This is the first time the tractor has seen daylight in almost 30 years. The tractor has a 5-bottom power lift plow, the company's own design and one of the first in the industry. Emerson Branningham saw the growing need for smaller tractors, so in 1913 they introduced this tractor, the Big 420 Model D. This tractor seems small when compared to its older brother, the Big 430. The tractor is out, but there's still a lot of work to be done. This isn't the only Big 420 Aumann sold this year. In April, Aumann sold another Emerson Big 420 like this one. That tractor has quite a unique story. It's owned by Wilfred Mole from South Africa, but the tractor had been stored thousands of miles away in England. If there was a Guinness Book of World Records for the most traveled antique tractor, it would go to this Emerson Big 420. Kurt Allman spoke with Wilford and got the rundown on this heavily traveled tractor.
I was very busy trying to revolutionize the vintage tractor movement in South Africa. There was a club, but they didn't do anything. And I said to them one day, guys, they said, nobody ever comes to our shows. I said, the reason is you park them in a row and all of you disappear to the beer tent. You don't do anything. The public aren't going to come here and sit here and watch you drink beer. You must have events. No, you don't know what you're doing. Now, remember, I was highly experienced. I'd been to some fabulous shows in the States. Anyway, they expelled me from the club for being a troublemaker. So I packed my tractors up and I said, well, if you don't want to do it, I'll do it. And I thought I need a draw card. So I just said, we're going to break the world record for vintage tractors, but pre-1966, plowing in one field at one time, called the Great 100 Working. It's all on the internet. It was great fun. Then the Australians got word of this and immediately broke the record, the 350 tractors the following year. We said, no, okay, fine. We want the record back. Very competitive against Australia we are. And we upped it to 880, which was great. But by this stage, that had really caught on. And the guys came from Zimbabwe and other countries and they poured in. And this time we had 880 tractors working one field at one time. You won't believe this, Kurt, but 15,000 people turned up. And so the great 400 working, because our target was to beat the Australian 350 at 400, but to double to 800. Such was the support. Then it ran away from me because the British then got stuck in with 1,000 or something, and then the Irish took it off them with 5,000 tractors. The Emerson, Branting and Big 420, was very much at the heart and soul of what I was doing. I love steel wheel tractors. My real passion is for anything on steel. And this was, well, I mean, the big one is unbelievable. A bit impractical, but certainly too impractical to ship to a ploughing match in Australia. And because the small one fitted into a container, 40-foot container with some other tractors, we sent it to Australia. The Aussies are very organized. There's some very good antique tractors in Australia. I was waving the flag for South Africa. I didn't want to go there with the Fortson Major. As much as I love Fortson Majors, I wanted to make a statement, and we had a great time.
From Australia to England also? Yeah, Ireland.
I was hoping the Americans would run with it, in which case it was easier to ship it from England, but nothing happened. I mean, the Irish kind of killed the whole thing off by having too many tractors. South Africa doesn't have 5,000 vintage tractors. It's been looked after by my daughter. And then I just sat here one day and I thought, it'll go back, it'll join a lot of other tractors, it'll cost a lot of money to ship it. I think maybe it should go home.
Back in Kansas, the Emerson is getting the full treatment. After the photographs, the Emerson is ready to go back in the chicken house.
You good?
Yep. Eyes going back.
Don't forget the duck.
I got this string off before that happens.
Oh, can you steer with the pin?
Not well.
I like that. No steering it, guys. Kind of humble them. Hey, you're gonna roll.
I know.
Nice idea.
Put your head on that black.
Yeah, I don't even see it.
It's, you got 6 feet. Well,
Try that punch in. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Somebody back there? 3 feet. Here goes the rope.
The Emerson is back in the safety of the chicken house. It's only 2 months until this Emerson sells at auction.